7 signs a demon is near you, but you don't realize it. There are moments when life suddenly feels heavy, when the atmosphere around you changes for no reason, when your thoughts darken, or your room becomes unnaturally silent. These moments are not random. They are signs, clear spiritual signs, that something unclean has come close to your life. Tonight, we reveal 7 signs a demon is near you, but you don't realize it. Once you understand these signs, you will never ignore them again. Sign 1. Sudden emotional darkness that appears out of nowhere. When a demonic presence begins to approach someone, the first thing it touches is not the body, it is the emotions. You may feel sudden sadness, hopelessness, anger, or emptiness that appears out of nowhere. One minute, you feel normal. The next minute, your entire mood collapses. Your confidence falls. Your thoughts feel heavy, and you cannot explain why. This is one of the clearest signs. Demons weaken emotions before they weaken the spirit. They plant dark feelings in the mind so that the person becomes spiritually fragile. When your emotions begin to shift unnaturally, something is drawing near. Sign 2. A heavy, oppressive atmosphere in the room. When an unclean spirit comes close, the air changes. The room feels heavier. Breathing becomes slightly difficult. The silence becomes too deep, and your spirit becomes alert. This is not mood. This is not imagination. This is presence. You feel as if something invisible is watching, as if the shadows have weight, as if the room itself is reacting to something unseen. When the atmosphere shifts suddenly, it is a sign that a spiritual presence has entered the environment. Sign 3. Night disturbances and fear at 3 a.m. Demons are most active in the late hours of the night, especially between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. This sign includes waking up suddenly, nightmares that feel too real, feeling watched in the dark, hearing small sounds, a cold breeze touching your skin, a shadow near the door or corner. These disturbances are not just sleep problems. They happen when a spiritual presence is trying to weaken your mind or invade your peace. When your nights become battles, your spirit is being targeted. Sign 4. Dark thoughts that do not feel like your own. Unclean spirits do not always speak with audible voices. Their most common method is thought insertion. These thoughts arrive suddenly. You're not good enough. Give up. You are alone. No one cares. There is no hope. You will fail. These are not your natural thoughts. They are spiritual attacks disguised as inner dialogue. This is a sign that a demon is near enough to influence the mind. When your thoughts become darker than your life situation, something is pushing them. Sign 5. Shadow movement in the corners of your vision. When a demon draws near, it does not reveal itself directly. It hides in the edges of your perception, in the corners of your vision, right where your spirit sees but your eyes struggle to understand. You might notice something small, a flicker, a dark blur, a movement that disappears the moment you turn your head. You question yourself, did I really see something, or am I imagining it? But this is how spiritual presence works. Demons avoid direct vision because direct exposure brings spiritual authority, so they stay in the shadows, literally. You may see a dark silhouette moving, then gone, something shifting behind furniture, a tall shadow shape standing for half a second, a blur crossing the wall, a presence pacing near the door. These are not hallucinations. These are not stress symptoms. These are spiritual indicators showing your spirit is recognizing a presence before your physical body can fully perceive it. Your spirit is older than your eyes. It knows danger before the brain understands. Shadow movement is not a mistake. It is a sign that something unclean is extremely close. Sign 6. Physical pressure, touch, or sudden cold sensation. This sign is the moment when the spiritual crosses into the physical, and it is never accidental. When a demonic presence comes close enough, your body will feel it before your mind does. You may experience a sudden cold breeze passing through you, pressure on your chest as if something is sitting on you, a hand-like grip on your arm or back, a weight on the bed beside you, a pulling sensation while you try to sleep, a chill that moves only on one side of your body, goosebumps without emotion, body heaviness or paralysis. These sensations are real. This is not temperature. This is not imagination. This is contact. Demons use physical touch for one purpose: to weaken your defenses and invade your peace. They press on the chest because it restricts your breathing. They touch the back because it disrupts your comfort. They create cold pockets because they drain spiritual warmth. When something touches you in the dark, without a source, without movement, without explanation, you are experiencing spiritual intrusion. No demon touches a person casually. It is a sign, a very strong sign, that the presence is not just near, but attempting to influence your environment. Sign 7. Losing the desire for prayer or anything spiritual. This is the most dangerous sign, the most subtle, the most quiet, and the most easily ignored. When a demon comes close, its goal is not always to scare you. Sometimes its goal is far more strategic, to disconnect you from God. You may notice you suddenly don't feel like praying. Reading scripture feels exhausting. Worship music irritates you. Church feels heavy. You avoid spiritual videos. You feel numb when thinking about God. You lose spiritual hunger for no reason. You feel disconnected from your purpose. This is not laziness. This is not normal tiredness. This is spiritual dullness, a sign of influence. Demons understand something humans forget. A believer with spiritual hunger is dangerous. A believer without spiritual hunger becomes vulnerable. So they attack your desire, not through fear, but through emotional numbness. When you stop wanting God, it is because something is standing between you and Him. This sign is the hardest to detect because it feels internal, but it is the clearest sign that a demon has come close enough to interfere with your spiritual appetite. When your desire for prayer suddenly disappears, when worship no longer moves you, when scripture feels heavy on your heart, that is not coincidence. That is a spiritual interference, a dark presence draining your connection to the light. Tell us in the comments which sign you have felt. Your story may help someone who is suffering silently. Share this message and subscribe for more spiritual truth every day.